Hey everyone, in today's video I wanted to talk about a game that I've been meaning to review for a very long time, which is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist. And I'm going to be talking about how it's still my favorite stealth game even to this day. Now, before we get into the video, if you haven't played this game, I advise you click off the video to avoid spoilers. And without further ado, let's jump right in. So it's been 11 years since this game got released. Yeah, that's right, 11 years. But for me, I purchased this game before the biggest pandemic of our lives, and to be honest, this game is practically like I always struggle with that word, practically my favorite stealth game, even though I haven't played Conviction, but I will. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the story of the game. So the story of Blacklist follows when we play as the most iconic character in the series, Sam Fisher, and his new formed team 4th Echelon after the dissolved 3rd Echelon, along with the team members such as Isaac Briggs, who was a former CIA member, Charlie Cole, who is the tech wizard, and Anna Grimm, who is the technical analyst for every operation, as they combat a terrorist organization known as the Engineers. During the game, we learn that the man behind this organization is Majid Siddiq, who was a former ex-MI6 agent. Now, one of the things I like about Splinter Cell Blacklist was, of course, the level design and the visuals. Even today, the game's graphics hold up remarkably well, which showcases the attention to detail and the immersive environments that they put in the game, because of course they were using Unreal Engine 2.5, of course, which was the best game engine even today. So personally, my favorite levels were Insurgent Stronghold and Abandoned Mill, and I liked how the fact that every time you complete a campaign mission or a co-op mission or a solo mission, they usually show us some concept art which of how they came up with the levels in the game, which I really like. Now, one thing that people didn't like about the game was the voice actor. Now, the voice actor who voice acts Sam in this game was Eric Johnson, and not the veteran voice actor Michael Ironside. Now that might be the reason why people didn't like Sam as much, but I completely understand Michael's decision. He was focusing on his health because he had cancer. Now, of course, we can't talk about the game without talking about how the game is played and different play styles when it comes to this game. Now, Blacklist introduces a refined blend of stealth, action, and player choice, with players could approach missions using these 3 distinct play styles such as Ghost, Panther, and Assault. Whether you prefer to slip through the shadows unnoticed as a Ghost, silently take down enemies as a Panther, or engage in intense combat as an Assault, this game Blacklist provided options for every type of player. Okay, now, so the first type of playstyle in the game is obviously Ghost playstyle. Now, the Ghost playstyle rewards players that use stealth to slip by enemies or non-lethally knock them out. Ghost players use stealth and deception to sneak past enemies without them knowing, using an array of less than lethal gadgets against opponents such as noisemakers, sticky cameras, sleeping gas, grenades, and much more. Now, this playstyle garners the most points, rewarding players for... Now, this playstyle garners the most points, which means that you can get more money for each mission you complete with more Ghost points, rewarding players more for choosing the stealthiest and non-lethal route. And this kind of playstyle, it's sometimes essential for completing a mission. For example, whenever you play one of Grimm's missions, make sure that you are not seen by any guard, otherwise you will have to start all over the mission, which has led to many people rage quitting, such as me. Now let's talk about the Panther playstyle, which favors a lethal form of stealth, striking from the shadows and quickly killing enemies. Now, this playstyle was introduced in Splinter Cell Conviction as the driving playstyle, using weapons in close combat, close quarter, knife, hand-to-hand kills, and gadgets such as tear gas grenades and flashbangs, as well as sticking to the shadows is where Panther players are most efficient. Now, moving on to the last playstyle, which is the Assault playstyle. Now, the Assault playstyle is meant to be played as an action game, using the cover as an advantage in combat and not worrying about stealth or being spotted. Well, what's the point of you playing a stealth game because they're shooting at you? Using gadgets such as frag grenades, incendiary grenades, and breaching charges, and also using unsuppressed weapons and explosives are also ideal for the assault playstyle. But the thing with this playstyle is that it doesn't reward as much points as the other two, as the other two. That's why I don't like it as much. On to the weapons category. Now, when you talk about weapons, right? I like how the weapons had different customizations to them, even though they didn't have camos, which would have been pretty cool. But hey, the weapons of the game for me were pretty awesome because I usually like assault rifles such as the AK-47, which had some decent customizations, but the one thing that bothered me is that it didn't have a customizable silencer, which was sad for me. But anyway, the one thing I liked about the weapons category is that whenever you play a mission and then you see a reload catch somewhere in the mission, you don't have to put the mission, restart the mission, and go back to the player base where you have to customize the weapon again and again. But instead, you can change your weapon while you're playing the game. That's what I liked about this game. Blacklist introduced a wide range of missions, each offering players multiple approaches to complete the objectives. Blacklist introduced a wide range of missions, each offering players multiple approaches to complete the objectives. So whether you prefer a stealthy approach, you utilizing Sam's, Fisher's, Icon, gadgets, and stealth takedown, or more of an action-oriented playstyle to various playstyles, which I think was the best game when playing this game. Now, overall, like, even though this game wasn't liked by many people because of the voice actor, but I found the game pretty much amazing when it comes to the gameplay mechanics, the storyline, the environment, everything. And I liked how it marked the end of a series. Well, not really. Now, I think in 2023, Ubisoft has announced that they were going to remake one of the Splinter Cell games, which is called Splinter Cell Remake, and announce a animated series about that. So I guess we'll see in the near future. And that's it for this video, folks. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you turn on that bell so that you don't miss another video that I post on the channel. And without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, and as always, stay frosty.